like encourage for
Hi.
Hi.
Everybody, this is Olivia Leid. She's a senior and she's on our student leadership team and she is amazing.
Hello.
And so this is episode number 2 of Words and Water. Last time was with Matthew Donaldson, who might be over there hiding, but I don't know. So we just want to answer some questions that you might have as a parent or as a Highpoint leader. Just how in the world do you answer that question? The student walks up to you and says A or B. And so the number one question I get, the number one obstacle is for people like believing in God, is this whole wrestle of why is there evil in the world? Why does God not just stop evil? Why do bad things happen to good people? And so, Olivia, how would you unwrap that to like an atheist friend or somebody who walks up to you, and just how would you answer that question?
Well, Mark, the first thing I would think of is if God stopped all the evil in the world from happening, if he turned every single bullet into a little flower, if he stopped it all from happening, then we would never be truly free. We would never have the free will to make the choice to be good. And so in order for God to give us that choice, to have that free will to choose to be good on his side, he has to allow evil to exist. He has to allow it to be able to happen in hopes that we will choose good and that we choose him.
Yeah, no, it's really good. That's a good way to unwrap it too. It's kind of like two different worlds.
Yeah.
You have like, because you can't have love without freedom.
Yes.
Like I think about my wife. Like if I told her, I can't force my wife to love me.
Indeed.
You know, so like it's a choice that she has, and so giving her that freedom, then her love can be actually authentic. Another thing I would say too is the whole thing of why do bad things happen to good people? Christian Theology 101. There are no good people.
Yes.
So you are bad, I am bad, we are all
I'm bad.
broken, Olivia's bad, we all need a savior. And so that's something I just say too, like, wait, hold on, there actually isn't a person who is good. Only Jesus was good, and he paved a way for us to be good in his eyes if we believe in him. And that's just something else I say too, because even, I'll get just a little more technical here, kind of college level thinking. I had a student come up Wednesday night, and she said, Mark, why did he create evil? And so I just really with them, those kind of students, I just say, hey, first of all, I can even argue that evil doesn't exist. Let me clarify this. It's kind of like if I take a shovel and if I dig a hole in the ground, I cannot take that hole and put it in a jar and take it to a museum and be like, hey, here's a hole from Yamaha County. So the hole only exists, because of its surroundings. And so these pockets, these deviations of good, which we call God, and those things are absent, I think is where we find that's where an evil is. Mm-hmm. It can kind of mess with some people's their thinking, but it's one thing to think about. But it's really, it's funny how that's a huge wrestle for so many students. This whole thing with even with veteran Christians for a long time, this idea of evil. So hopefully that gives you a tip of how to answer that with your son or daughter or your student or your friend or whoever that you want to talk with. So Olivia, great answer. I like it.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Drink water to that. Cheers. It's good water too.